بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وأصحابه الطيبين الطاهرين ما دام ما في السماوات والأرضين ربنا يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا عليم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We say ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban to those who are not registered Mizan students. We welcome you, alhamdulillah. And also just one announcement before we continue. Rondevlei Masjid is very similar. Oh, not Rondevlei, is this Rondevlei? No, this is Mount View. I'm thinking about Rondavel, Maf. So Mount View Masjid is very similar to the Kaaba. What I mean by that is the way we make tawaf around the Kaaba, that's how we drive around the Masjid as well. Right? So we don't drive this way around the Masjid, right? If we do, there was someone that almost had a collision with me also. I gave them maaf, but then one of the Hajis came to tell me now that it almost happened to him also. Now he is much more valuable than me, you know what I mean? So if he is almost harmed, then let's make a effort to just be careful, inshallah. So basically, for those who are not Mizan students, who don't know the urf and the custom at Mizan, not just Mizan, but at Mount View Masjid, basically the first turn off when we're coming from, which road is that? Balmo, that's the first turn off. Now, which turn off is that? That's two Afrikaans for me. And then the first one, right? So basically you're coming this way around the masjid, not that way around the masjid. Is that fine? Wooden close. Okay, Jameen. Right? Okay. So without further ado, inshallah, we continue. And not we continue, we start, inshallah, right? So the cause, I don't know how this picture came onto the poster, but there are various things said about the picture. May Allah accept from us, inshallah. Also, it's called the Learn to Read Arabic, right? So I notice there are some students which are in the second year, some which are even in the third year, right? So sometimes we get to grips with various things, but the actual nitty-gritty things about reading the Quran, it seems to just get away from us, you know what I mean? Because we're so busy thinking about the mudaf and ilay and various other things, right? And then for some of us, you know, we just basically want to learn how to recite Quran. And most of us, we don't want to go through a long method, right? So the beautiful thing about having such a big crowd is that, inshallah, we assist one another. And how we assist one another is, one of the main things is, we put ourselves out there to give each other confidence as well. Right? So if I ask you a question, even if you don't know the answer, just take a guess. That's fine. Why? Because it's going to help you. Your sister is going to help you. Your brother as well, inshallah. Right? The intended program, inshallah, is the way I look at it. It won't be too long that we'll be able to recite Quran, inshallah, properly. Right? But obviously, whatever is going to be taught within the class has to be practiced at home. If you don't practice at home, we're not going to do miracles. You know what I mean? We're going to try to do an easy thing, inshallah, but you have to practice at home, inshallah. Alright? Any questions before we commence? No questions? Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Alright? Okay, before we even get into reciting the Quran, alright? For any student of the Quran or any language, whether it's French, whether it's Xhosa, whether it is Zulu, whether it is, give me another language, Spanish, any language, even the language, you know, what is this, there's Dagestan fighter, what's his name? Ramazan Kadyrov, they're from that country. Is somewhere in Russia, even the Russian language, you see what it looks like, or whatever type of language, Hebrew, each and every language, no matter how crazy it looks, is broken down into words. Am I right? Right? And obviously, to make up a word, you need letters, right? So sometimes we are daunted and we get a shock because we see the words and they're looking cursive, right? But what we do as beginner students is we just break them down. That's the main thing. You can't bacha alhamdu, no problem. Break them down. Ha, tu, li, hu. Just don't stand in front and recite like that. But for yourself, break it down is fine. No problem, right? So the point of these type of classes isn't for us to be able to recite like Sudais. Are you with me? That's not the point. So they're just lucky people at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? We want to recite Quran. Why? Because we want to understand the meaning of the Quran. Khalas. So the intention at the beginning must also be that, you know what? I don't need to recite fast. Why am I reciting fast? Are you with me? Okay. So we're saying the first thing is the letters of the Arabic alphabet, right? The thing about letters in English or in Arabic, etc., is for what point? Is for a sound. Am I right? For a sound. So each letter in Arabic has a sound. So whether we forget the letter, remember the sound. Now that's a strange thing to say, whether we forget it or not. The point of it isn't to know the letter, just remember that. Sometimes don't become so concentrated onto the wasila, the vehicle to reach the point. Are you with me? Don't become so fixated, alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, kha, kho, but the point is actually to read Quran, man. Are you with me? So if you understand, for example, the sound of a jim is j, khalas. Whether you remember jim or not, that's fine, don't worry. Don't stress, right? Especially older people, they stress very quickly. You're already old. Don't stress. Are you with me? Kanala, use the laws to chill, relax. Are you with me? There's no stress in the class. Please don't stress. The point of these type of settings is to learn in a like easy environment. Are you with me? Don't stress, Kanala. If you don't understand, you can either immediately stop me in the class. That's number one. Or you can send the letter to the front. I don't understand ABC, whatever, or any type of whatever you feel. You know what I mean? So don't stress, Kanala. Okay? Jamil. So the first thing is the letters of the Arabic alphabet. Obviously. Assalamu alaikum. So if you look at the board, can everybody see the letters of the Arabic alphabet? Sorry, this one over here. Everybody see it? Alright? So today we're not going to discuss the actual letters of the Arabic alphabet. Right? I'm sure each and everybody in this class has heard the word alif before. Or ba, unless you are a revert, and then you might not have heard this. Or you might even have heard it. Maybe your friends went to the madrasa and you heard him saying alif. So you might have heard this before, obviously, right? Jim, ha, kha, dal, dal. Inshallah, next week we go a bit deeper into them. Alright? That's number one. And then that is the first thing is the letters. Alright? So if you know the letters, then half of the battle is won already. Right? So who knows the letters in the class? Put up your hand. Okay, so most people know the Arabic letters. Okay, right? So that's a good thing. Number two is this. It's actually supposed to be at the bottom, but okay, it's here. Right? Can everybody see this onto the board? Right? Number two is the Arabic letters are slightly different in Arabic, right? Or the way the Quran is looked at in Arabic, right? So vowels. What are the vowels in English? There, you have the confidence now. Bismillah, say it louder. O, U. Right? So those are vowels. And what are the points of vowels in Arabic, in English? It's like a mud, isn't it? It's like a mud. What's a mud? To prolong the sound. Am I right? That's a vowel. But in Arabic, a vowel is any type of movement on top of a letter. Are you with me? So say, for example, the letter ba. Right? So if I want a movement on the letter ba, I'm going to add something to the ba. Let's just call it a a. So if I add a to a ba, then it's going to be ba. That's a vowel. Are you with me? Ta, tha, that's a vowel. Ti, tu, pa, 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 pa. Any type of movement that you hear, that is a vowel. So it doesn't have to be a lengthened movement. Any type of movement. So in Arabic, there are three key things to cause movement on a letter. Are you with me? Remember, we're not getting to words yet. Remember, if we know letters, we'll know words. Are you with me? So we basically want to fast forward the entire process. Everybody with me? in a liquor pace, but basically fast forward, go quickly inshallah, alright? So number one, we spoke about the letters. Are you with me? Each and every language is broken down into words, and each and every word is broken down into letters. Okay. The Arabic language is slightly different. It's not like English, right? We know vowels to be in a certain manner in the English language, am I right? Right? But in Arabic, a vowel is anything on a letter or under a letter is going to cause a movement and a sound to that letter. Are you with me? Okay. Any questions thus far? Am I speaking fast? I'm speaking cool, right? Are you sure? Nah, not cool. Rap is cool. This is just calm, right? Now I'm thinking about it a lot because yesterday I spoke and then somebody said I'm speaking fast. So I don't know. So it's on my mind. So if I'm speaking fast in any way, just I don't know. A bit fast? No, it's smooth. Okay. It's cool. It's calm. It's not smooth, right? Okay. So those movements on top of the letters are, as you can see on the screen. Can everybody see the screen? Right? So what am I referring to? Number one, do you see that on top of the letter? So we all letters, right? The first line. Whether you know the name of the letter, you don't know the name, that's fine, right? Do you see this over here? Those are letters. But do you see on top of the letters, there is a certain line. This is a bit very blur, but anyways, is it clear to you guys? Right? So do you see on top of the letter, there's a line there? There's a line at the bottom, and there's a line on top over there. It's not a line, but it's a bit of a unclear thing on the screen, but there's something else here. Can everybody see that? Right? So those three things in Arabic are called vowels. Is everybody with me? Those are called vowels. And what did we say? What is the purpose of a vowel in Arabic? To block the sound. To make the sound. Khalas. It causes movement on the letter. Is everybody with me? It's like taking, we're speaking about Ramadan now. I can't make a pie. Okay, I can. You can make a pie with samosa, am I right? No. So I can't make a pie, but rather let's take a cooked drukkertjie. I can't take a circle, what you call it, man? The other time I'm going to make one with 100,000 to make a what is this finger one with a chocolate on? I can't use that, man. Are you with me? So if I want the letter to go in a certain way, I will take a certain vowel and I will put it onto that letter. Is everybody with me? One of those three. Is that clear, clear, clear? Right? For those even that never read in their life, is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, quiet. So those three sounds, today I want you to concentrate on those three sounds only. Forget about the letters. Next week we cover the letters, inshallah. Is that fine? Okay. Those three sounds there are technical terms for them, but we don't want technicality here. Technical is going to come afterwards, right? It's going to be your nahu, your sarf, your whatever the case may be. You know what I'm talking about, right? But in this over here, I don't want you to worry about the technical terminology. I want you to worry about the result and the achieved result. Man. Are you with me? Don't worry so much about this over here. The same thing with the nahu and the sarf. Those are vehicles to get to a end result. But now you worry so much about the mudaf, mudafun ilayhi, that when you actually reading Quran, you don't recognize the mudaf, mudafun ilayhi. Everybody with me? Right? Okay. So the first, the first sound on top of the letter over there, can everybody see the sound? Basically, it's a line on top of the letter. That's a bit skew, so. Can everybody see it? That line is called I'm going to say the name that it's called, but I don't need you to remember that name, right? So it's called a fatha. It's called a fatha, but we just want you to know, recognize it as so so the line on top is called a right? So for next week, the only thing that you have to remember is that's number one, right? Number two, the line at the bottom is called, technical term is called a kasra, but we just want to recognize it as a e, right? So the first one is the second one is e, khalas, right? And then the last one over there, I don't know if it's clear. Is it clear? It's okay, right? So it has a bit of an I over there, right? So it makes a bit of a spin, right? That one at the end is called a u. Is everybody with me? ooh. Say, ooh, right? So the first one is that line on top there. Second one is E, and the last one over here is a ooh, right? So basically, if you know the Arabic alphabet, you know the Arabic alphabet, right? If you already know it over here, and you know those sounds, E, and ooh, say, right? If you know those sounds, basically half of the battle is won. Half of the battle is won. Khalas. Now all you have to do is take those things and string them together. Khalas. Then you can recite. So how you string them together is obviously on your own pace. How much you practice at home, right? So sometimes what we do is, remember this, as we go along, things is going to become more and more apparent in the Quran to us. Is everybody with me? Things is going to become more apparent when things are going to be seen, etc., etc., etc. The more rules we're going to learn, right? But upon us is, we take a section of the Quran, for example, Tabarak, seeing that we're already busy with it, and then we recite that section many, many times. Don't recite lots of the Quran. Are you with me? I'm not saying don't recite lots of the Quran, but I mean if you want to practice this type of thing, don't take too much. Take a short section of the Quran, recite it multiple times so that you recognize, okay, that's a ba, ta, tha, okay, this is happening here, this is happening there, and the same throughout the Quran is going to be the exact same letters. Are you with me, Shamir? Any questions before we conclude? No questions. Was I extremely thorough? Clear? Are you sure? I can ask anybody what sound that is there at the bottom. Anybody? Anybody? E. Very good. And the sound at the end? O. And the sound at the here? A. Are you with me? Right? And they are, how many letters? Let me just show you quickly. Okay, there isn't enough time to go into that now. The intention today was just to show you that the reading of Arabic isn't as technical as you think. Are you with me? The next class, inshallah, when we end this class is, now you're bringing out a bit more technicalities in reading. Are you with me? But the actual reading of Arabic isn't technical. It isn't difficult. Remember, if you ever had in your mind that it's difficult, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran? Any Torah students? I could see you earlier, but I can't see now, right? So Allah says in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. And then, فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. What is Allah saying? What is يَسَّرْنَا? Maf? Easy. So what is Allah saying? Allah is saying, number one, we have made the Quran easy for remembrance, for memorization, for recital, whatever you want to call it. فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. And then Allah challenges us, who's going to take on this task? So number one, Allah is not going to take us for an api. To tell us, you know what, it's easy, then you try it and it's difficult. Why must Allah do that? Allah is saying it's easy and attempt the journey because it is easy. Are you with me? So, don't allow that message in the subconscious mind that it's difficult, the recitation of the Quran, to overpower what is happening in the brain. Are you with me? So currently now you feel, alhamdulillah, it's simple. Are you with me? There's no technicalities, nothing. Allow that thought to basically go with you. Don't allow that difficult thought in the mind, etc., 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 to come in the mind. Another thing, mind. As we are going to go along, right? As we are going to carry on, sometimes it's going to become a bit challenging here and there. Then you just keep this in mind. You break it down to letters and you break it down to vowels. So anytime you struggle with anything, you break it down to letters and you break it down to vowels. Everybody with me? Alright? Basically now in the next 1 minute, the class is going to start, the Mizan class is going to start. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, before we conclude the class, right? We're going to recite together Ta'udh and Tasmiyah or Basmala. Right? Ta'udh and Basmala. Everybody together, right? And then we'll try to practice reciting it correctly, inshallah. Everybody with me? Right? Okay. So the format of the class is going to be I'll recite, inshallah, and then you recite after me, right? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, when we're speaking about Bismillah, not Bismillah, right? Bismillah, Jameel, right? So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah. Nice. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So, in Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, right, there are common mistakes, right, that are made, right, and I can hear like in the crowd, which is fine. Basically, number one is Alhamdu. On the lam over there, we're not supposed to be jumping. We're not supposed to be saying Alhamdu. Are you with me? Not Allah, Alhamdu. Because a lam isn't a letter of qalqala. A lam isn't a letter that we're supposed to be jumping around on, right? So it's supposed to be completely flat. Let's call it flat, right? So, Alhamdu. Bismillah. Lillahi. A common mistake? People say Rillahi. Like a r, right? So it's supposed to be Lillahi. So, Alhamdulillahi. Nice. Rabbil. Remember that lam also there? Not Rabbil. Right? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil. Not Rabbil. Rabbil. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Again. Nice, mashallah. Whoever recited alone over there now. Nice. I like it. Nice. The noon at the end, even though it is sakina, we still have to say the noon. So, Alameen. Also, the ending, it mustn't be nasal. Because if we make it nasal, that means we're making a, what's the makhraj or the nasal sound is actually a gunna, right? It's like, so if we end off like that, we're actually taking the makhraj and going to the nasal sound. So it's supposed to be flat at the end also. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Can you hear that? No. Right? Bismillah, Alhamdulillah. So again, remember, keep in mind, not Rillahi, Alhamdu, Lillahi, not Lillahi, Alhamdulillahi. Right? Bismillah, 1, 2, 3, go. MashaAllah. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Any questions? Whoever's here, basically this period has come to an end now. So next week we continue, inshallah. So the Mizan first year is going to continue now, inshallah. Whoever wants to, they may stay, inshallah. Whoever is not the registered Mizan students, you may stay, inshallah, and check it out, inshallah. We're going to be reciting Tabarak, inshallah, right? But the rest of the classes, you can go to your classes, inshallah, right? Oof. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ربنا يسر ولا وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا عليم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We thank and we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our nourisher, sustainer, provider and protector. I was a bit shocked now earlier. It's a lot of people. MashaAllah. A couple of weeks inshallah. Because we're already engaging with Quran so much, it will be easy inshallah. Don't stress. Was it some people that came to the class or some people that naturally just come early? Because that's weird that you're coming early today. Because normally I'm here half past and then still streaming in. Anyways. We thank and we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for another opportunity, alhamdulillah, to be able to come together for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to recite His book, Jalla wa ala, to hopefully inshallah understand His book. Ameen. Right? And inshallah Allah will grant that to us inshallah. Keep in mind, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who says that it is look, it is easy. Not me, man. You know, I can say, don't worry, it's easy. Many times the teacher will tell you, don't worry, it's easy. Then you're like, oh my God, you know what mutawaf to me is. It's difficult, man, you know. But I'm not the one that's saying it's easy. You know, I have no authority. I'm nobody. But who is saying it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. We have made the Quran easy. And then Allah says, try, man. فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Who is going to try? Bismillah, come on. Take it upon yourself. Why? Because it's not as difficult as you think. Are you with me? Most definitely the Quran is of the highest it's just the highest of everything. You know, in terms of language, everything. You know, in that regard, the most beautiful, everything, right? It's not prose, it's not poetry, it's just crazy, right? But Allah still says, you know what, somehow there's this miraculous nature about the Quran that you're able to understand it. At least the translation of the Quran, you're at least able to understand that, right? So inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us, right? We're all going to recite together inshallah first. Everybody ready? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير
وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير. MashaAllah. It's still there, right? Can we have the males start from the beginning until the end, Father? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, go. Bismillah. والتفاوت تفاوت من تفاوت إذا Bismillah, can I have the ladies, Mahali? Do you also need a countdown? 1. Can I have a 1, 2, 3, go? أعوذ بالله, right?
MashaAllah. There's a lady, I'm not sure who it is, sitting on the chairs. Everyone is like, then she's like, like out of it, MashaAllah. Allah reward you. It's nice, MashaAllah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We all know وقالوا, right? وقالوا لو كنا
Not too long, right?
وقالوا لو كنا
Nice.
نسمع وقالوا لو كنا نسمع وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل.
Remember the qaf, right? We don't have to do the na'qilu. Na'qilu.
أو نعقل.
MashaAllah.
وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا. وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا.
Breathe before we read it, right? Before we read the verse.
في أصحاب في أصحاب
Remember what if you listen closely, what am I doing on the sword and what am I doing on the sin, right? There's a bit of timing on those letters, right? So,
في أصحاب.
can you hear that? I know I have a lisp also, but that's not because of the lisp. That's actually the timing on the letter.
في أصحاب.
Like a bit of a hissing sound, like a snake, right? 1, 2, 3, go. A sword, it's a round mouth letter, am I correct? Right? So because it's a round mouth letter, now I like to look at this as, obviously there's various definitions of taqwa, right? But many of us, alhamdulillah, it's a sign of taqwa that you want to recite it beautifully, the Quran. Are you with me? So sometimes we try to recite it nicely. May Allah reward us, right, for that effort, right? But if you look at the sword, because it's a round mouth letter, right? So what happens is, we start making our mouth round by the alif already, or rather the hamza. Everybody with me? So what we do is this, fi os. It's not os, it's aus. Are you with me? Fi aus. That's why I said earlier in the recitation class, all you have to do is break it down into letters. Because without you realizing, each letter in the Quran, letter, not word, each letter has a makhraj, a exit point, and each letter has a haqq, has rights over it. Are you with me? That's the reason why when we're doing this, fi ashabisa, because the sword, you must do that to the sword. With the sin, you have to do that to the sin as well. Everybody with me? Alright?
كنا في أصحاب.
Bismillah. Breathe now, breathe. Remember when you're saying the sword must also still be full.
So there's some ladies on that side, they're reading the sword still like this, asha, because you're now concentrating on the hamza, which is fine. But remember, the mouth must basically, in like split seconds, it has to change into the next letter. But when I say split seconds, the timing, even if you're doing it in a slow way, it's fine. Fi aus. Are you with me? Like some people go, as you want to do, go, ayamun. Like that. Fi aus. Habis like that. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, beautiful, mashallah. Perfect. Very nice. Alright. في أصحاب السعير بسم الله. Oh, that's top level. That's top level, Kassam. That's beautiful. The guys, mashallah. Can I just have the guys say it? Listen. 1, 2, 3, go. Sound like Quran, mashallah. MashaAllah, Allah increase. Can I have the females recited? 1, 2, 3, go. I'm not sure who's better, but very nice, mashallah. Excellent. وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو see that nas, that one over there, that one also has that same like في أصحاب right? So وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير. بسم الله. Just pause 1 second. There you go. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, mashallah. One more time. Waqalu. So, just pause 1 second. For example, now when you're reciting in Surah Fatiha, alright? So when you're reciting now, it can't be anymore Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen or Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. What has to be? Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Do you feel that? The same, for example, that's going to be here. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Do you feel that? The scene over here is the same as the cousin of that scene in Surah Qul A'udhu bin-Nas. They're the same. Are you with me? Another example. Allahu Samad. Do you see that? It's not Allahu Samad. It's Allahu Samad. Do you feel that? Now those are qualities of the letters, but we'll get into the qualities again, inshallah. Everybody with me? Clear? Right? Okay. We have a couple of minutes left. فاعترفوا بذنبهم. Again. MashaAllah. Just a point here. Can everybody see there's a small meme over there? Alright? Hey. Right? So, Maf? See somebody say iqlab now. Did uncle say iqlab? I heard somebody say iqlab. You? Oh. So basically this is a rule, right? That meme is just to indicate that the ba is going to be substituted into a meme. Or over there, sorry, the noon. Be them, be him. Right? But I don't want to get into that discussion now. The point is, we sometimes have people saying that the lips isn't supposed to join when you see this. Heard this before? Who's heard this before? Can you raise your hand? Nobody heard this before? Heard this before? So some people say, for example, you have to recite it. فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ. Heard this before? Right? Those, heard it? Those are many contemporary scholars speak like that. But the classical scholars, when they speak about this rule over here, then they say you must close your lips. So you must do this. Be them, be him. Are you with me? Alright? So don't be confused. Some people say, the lips are supposed to be a bit open. It's not supposed to close. It's supposed to just be. It's not supposed to close. Small little open. No. You close it completely, inshallah. Everybody with me? You close it completely. فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنبِهِمْ فَسُحْقًا You see that? فَسُحْقًا لِأَصْحَابِ Bismillah. Oh, can you see there? I don't know if you're picking this up, right? In the previous verse, there was something that I had to mention. Fi ashabis. Can you remember? Alright? But now, look in the next verse. Now everybody's saying li ashabis. Nobody's saying li ashabis. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you correct it once, you make your mind used to it, inshallah, and when it occurs again, it will be a natural process, inshallah. You just naturally read it right. Alright? فَسُحْقًا لِأَصْحَابِ Bismillah. Sa'ir. Oh, we know that word. فَسُحْقًا لِأَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ Nice, mashallah, nice. I remember sitting with my teacher, just on a point. Okay, never mind. We read quickly again from وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا Everybody together, 1, 2, 3. وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنبِهِمْ فَسُحْقًا لِأَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ MashaAllah. Let's have the males recited. 1, 2, 3, go. Pause. That right? وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْ That na, but it's, I don't want to use the word a superficial pull, but it's just like to show you that it's not a na. Are you with me? It's not na, it's na. That's all. Are you with me? Not na. No. وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْ Right? 1, 2, 3, go. Also, just pause 1 second again. Whenever you see a noon or a shadda, we know what's a shadda, right? The W, can you see there on kunna? You see a W? Let's call it a W. Right? Start a new custom. You see that W? So whenever you see a noon or a W, then you must pull gunna. Whenever you see it, no matter where it is. So, وَقَالُوا لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ مَا كُنَّا فِي Can you feel that? Don't worry about the other stuff, right? 1, 2, 3, وَقَالُوا MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Can we have the seated ladies? Okay, can we have the the chairman? Ladies seated first, inshallah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, MashaAllah. Can we have the seated ladies? Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, go. ما كنا بسم الله start again وقالوا لو كنا MashaAllah. Allah reward you. Any questions? No questions? Clear? Clear? Everybody understood the scene and saw that? Bismillah. The ghunna? There's a question, right? So the question is, when there is a shadda on the noon, we have to press, like I explained. But if the shadda is on other letters, do we pull? Is that what you're asking, right? Right? No. So you basically, what does a shadda mean? Come again? They are double letters. Excellent. Did you do that in Surah already? Hey? Did it in Surah? In Nahu. Nahu. Oh, in Nahu. Okay. So basically, when you see a shadda, it means that there are two letters together. One is a sakin letter and one is a letter of the haraka. Are you with me? So when you see a lam, for example, okay, let's just look here. Is an example in our text. Fi ashabis sa'ir. Can you see that? So if you look at sa'ir over there, right? So just think about it. When you're doing that, you're actually doing the one with the sakin. I don't know if everybody can picture what I'm speaking about. When you see a shadda, right, a W, it means those are actually two letters combined into one. Are you with me? Right? So actually, one is a sakin letter and one is a haraka letter. One with a sa. Everybody with me? So when we're reading like this and you hear that sound, we're actually doing that for the sakin one. Everybody with me? So, fi asha. Oh, sorry, yeah. Ashabissa. Ashabissa. So, how, it won't be possible for us to put a ghunna over there. Are you with me? So, is that going to be able to do this? Fi ashabis. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying practically it's not going to work, man. The nice thing about the Quran that you will see is, everything is practical. It flows, man. But we have to obviously loosen our Afrikaans and English and tongues, man, to get into that flow. But the minute you get into that flow and you put yourself out there, you will see it's just natural on the tongue, the Arabic language. That's just the reason why. Who's coming in now? Is he already? On his way. So that's why when if you must Google like Qaris or something like that, you find international competitions. Then you find people from Uzbekistan, you find people from China, you find people from Russia, okay, Uzbekistan, you find people from Congo, you find people from all over the world, Europe, everybody reciting exactly the same with the same tajweed. Are you with me? So the Quran is made in such a manner, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept that miraculous nature to the Quran, that you are able to basically that everybody is able to basically flow onto the Quran. Everybody with me? You're not going to hear Chinese like, what you call it, reciting in their accent. Maybe some picture of the accent will be there, but the Quran with its tajweed, its rules, etc. will be exactly the same, inshallah. Alright? Is that answer, Habib? Huh? Also, there are various other rules for ghunna, but we'll concentrate on them as we go along. I don't want to bombard you with too much rules, inshallah. Alright? Okay. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك